Without warning, Xiaoya gently shakes the bell in her hand. Suddenly, everyone was in a hurry, and they began to rush into the fire of Yuanli, and then turned the herbs in the ring. Seeing this scene, the alchemist who stood in the top 20 couldn't help but sneered, but was not in a hurry. This first round is more about speed than speed. When you encounter such a small matter, you are so anxious, even if you are a third-grade alchemist, even if you are so anxious, you may not be able to make a first-grade alchemy. A group of idiots poison hand medicine king sneered. And a handful of hands showed a pile of red yuanli fire, throwing 6 herbs into it with a flick of his hand. The medicinal materials are clearly separated from each other and quickly refined. Such superb control, the top 20 alchemists can do it, but it is far behind the poison hand medicine king in speed. Lu Yi really saw, could not help sighing. Really deserved to be the first alchemist of Xianyu. Even from the refinement of Yapindan, it can be seen that its skill is extraordinary. Tao Daniang was second in speed and could not help sighing. Although he was not willing, he had to admit that he was indeed inferior to others. Poison Hand Medicine King looked at Tao Daniang contemptuously and sneered. The old man just made a 5-point force, which is for you. If you can't even win the old 5-point force, you should admit defeat as soon as possible. Don't be futile, humph. Tao Daniang grunted and stopped answering. Because she knew that the Poison Hand Medicine King obviously disturbed her mentality, how could she be fooled by him? On the landlord's stage, the 3 of Chu King Cheng stared closely at the 2 below, watching the alchemy speeds of the 2 far apart, anxious. Suddenly, there was a rapid footstep, and an old, loud drink sounded in the ears of 3 people. Chu girl, where is the kid next to you? Where is he? The 3 of Chu King Cheng looked back, but they saw that it was Long Jiu, Zi Xianyang and Jian Sufeng, etc., and all were worried. It's dangerous here. I let him go first. Chu King Cheng looked at them unclearly. What did these people have to do with Song Yu? And how did he care so much about him? But who had thought that when they heard this, everyone was shocked. What, he's gone? Who will deal with the Poison Hand Medicine King? Zi Xianyang stunned. Anxiously. This time, Chu King Cheng, they are even more inexplicable. With the role of the Poisonous Hand Medicine King, could Song Yu, his son of the third-rate family, be able to deal with it? What to do with the Poison Hand Medicine King? When the kid ran, don't mention how simple. The landlord of Peony seems to remember Zhuo Fan's ruthlessness at the time, could not help but coldly said. All of a sudden, everyone's complexion was gloomy. Zhuo Fan ran away. What are they doing here? He was the one who made the alliance. And they even offended the Emperor's Gate in unison for this reason. Now the kid ran so quietly. His mother, did I sell him again? Zi Xianyang frowned, gritting his teeth bitterly. Suddenly, another burst of crying came up, and then Zhao Dandan hurried upstairs with Dong Xianba's siblings. Seeing them, Chu King Cheng was shocked and asked, why are you back, Sister King Cheng, Master? It's not good. Husband left us and hurried back. I wanted to ask you, have you seen him? What, Song Yu, is he back? Chu King Cheng raised their brows and looked at each other. However, before waiting for them to ask any more information, Zi Xianyang jumped up excitedly. Sister-in-law, you mean that the kid didn't leave, he came back? Ha. He didn't lie to me. Where he was, where Zhao Dandan hadn't reacted to this sister-in-law yet. Zi Xianyang had already turned his head to look at thousands of people off the field and searched for Zhuofan's figure. Oops, the Poison Hand Medicine King is almost the panacea at this moment. The blue and white landlord frowned lightly and gritted his teeth. Hearing this, everyone looked at it together. Sure enough, the panacea in the hands of the Poisonous Hand Medicine King has already formed, and within a few seconds, it will be completely cured. The panacea in Tao Daniang's hands takes about a minute. Seeing this, everyone's mind is already clear. In the first round of competition, the victory and defeat have been divided, and the heart sank unconsciously, unexpectedly, in the refining of Yapindan. Tao Danyang is not as good as the poison hand medicine king, let alone the later high-grade Dan. Chu King Cheng closed his eyes slightly, and his heart was about to sink to the bottom. The last hope is getting slimmer. Yan Fu looked at the panacea in the hands of the poisonous hand medicine king and couldn't help but wish in advance, Master, you really are Xianyu first. That is of course the poison hand medicine. Wang laughed and glanced contemptuously at Tao Danyang. However, at this moment, the sound of ding was crisp. In the distant Sanliu family area, the sound of bells completed by alchemy was actually heard. The pupil of the eye can't stop shrinking violently. No one expected that there was someone's alchemy speed faster than Xianyu's first alchemy master, the poisonous medicine Wang Yansong. Who is it? Ah! Everyone's head turned to the back, watching where the sound came from. But what came into their eyes was the shadow of a black robe with 4 big characters written on it. Chu King Yan Fu's eyelids couldn't help but shivered. But he couldn't help but yell.